shit. Alright, what's going on? Today's episode of Sixpence Garage, we're going to get a hot rod, but not for him. This journey's already starting out pretty solid. Oh boy, wish us luck.
This video is going to take course from August to, well, now, middle of March 2026. This was back in August 25, so sit back, enjoy the video, and might as well like and subscribe while you're here.
Yo, so here we got Anthony's Camaro. Right now he's peeling off the valve cover so we can take a look inside this engine and see what's up. Theoretically, it should be good and okay, but we all know how that goes. So basically, we're gonna sand it down and we're gonna paint it, and it's gonna look awesome. And you're never gonna tell. Then we're gonna sell it for 30 grand.
Yeah, the Concourse d'Elegance.
Yeah.
Not gonna use tractor paint. Use Blasting Ghetto Tunes.
Yeah.
Not gonna tractor paint, but step up automotive.
Doesn't look too bad. I mean,
so I have a theory about this thing. I bet you it was probably built in the 80s sometime, because it has air shocks. The paint looks like it definitely, like, there's a couple buddies like, man, dude, let's paint your Camaro. I mean, look, you gotta get that crisp, that interior looks. Needs some scrub, needs some love.
that's nothing we can't fix.
All right, as you can see, just peeled the driver's side valve cover off. Looks really clean in here, because this is a crate motor ZZ4. I don't know if I mentioned that. I don't even know if I even explained this car yet. But looks like, you know, the rockers are at least tight. I heard a little valve noise over here, but I have also another theory. It's a 10-to-1 compression. I wonder if Guy put 87 in it. I don't know, because it might have been pinging.
This oil seems like it has like some sort of additive in it or something.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Right, you may notice it's getting dark out now, but that's because we need to take a break and we put the phone down to do a little bit of YouTubing, learn how to time. I don't know how to time one of these engines. He doesn't know, so doing that. I think it sounds happy, but it's misfiring like a mofo. So I had the bright idea. Let's pull a plug. And what do I have in my hand? What I have in my hand here is cylinder number 3 spark plug. I don't even know if that will focus. Oh, there we go. You see how fouled that thing is. That might be the reason why this thing's super unhappy and misfiring. Even though it's running better, it likes full throttle, or more than half throttle. I don't know. We'll see what it likes when it gets new plugs. A lot happier.
So after the night of replacing plugs, I really started sucking at trying to record stuff because the car had then moved to another location to be worked on, which I'm forever grateful to my buddy Jimmy for. But then we discovered it had another issue. The governor gear, the transmission was not shifting. Obviously, when working on cars, you want to go from the easiest to the hardest problem. So, replace the vacuum modulator, didn't do anything. So, jumped to the other conclusion, the governor gear, which you can see from these pictures here, it was pretty shafted, pretty worn down. And after that, it kind of had a killer transmission pan leak, so my buddy Jimmy came in and also helped me out here with that one, which I can tell you confidently, that pan does not leak.
BB time.
After figuring out the transmission issue, there was a pretty big elephant in the room, and that elephant really liked to overheat. So that was where we dive into this next clip. After replacing the thermostat and realizing that was the issue, I jumped immediately to, let's put a big-ass electric fan on it, which, to nobody's surprise, it's still overheated. Even with the pipsqueak radiator and the decent water pump, this thing should not be overheating. But, bet you can't guess why this thing was overheating, which we'll find out later in the video. And no, before we asked, the big-ass burnout also did not solve the overheating issue. It was just fun to do. So if you're up to speed with me, I've gone through the entire cooling system, minus head gaskets, intake gaskets, yada yada yada. So foreshadowing there on that one. But nothing seemed to be wrong with the head gaskets. So naturally, I decided, all right, let's do another big ass burnout where I blew a radiator hose off it because I didn't tighten it. Tighten your hoses, kids. That's my best advice for you guys right now. Oh, and that was always like a new reoccurring theme. Without the PCV system, this thing blew the lower front seal out of the oil pan gasket. So it was always dripping, leaking, what you see in this clip here. And what I forget to mention here is, because I started uploading and all that, we did a full 4-speed swap on the Falcon in the meantime of working on the Camaro, which honestly my car got sidetracked a lot because I didn't really have the motivation or care to really work on it. I just wanted to help out my friend more than I wanted to do my own stuff. But anyways, which I think after this video goes live, I will actually edit an entire Falcon video that I have from pretty much this time, well, January of last year, 2025, to now, March 26th. I believe it was November when I went and parked the Camaro in storage. I didn't really look at it for a whole month until me and my buddy Aiden went to go fire it up one day, and it kind of ran, but it had a terrible accelerator pump leak. The battery was grounding out on the fender well.
Yep. Let me hear it. Let me hear you say it, Aiden.
Start!
Start!
And also, starting another project, also not my car, but it, as you see these pictures here, is a 68 Fastback GT 390 Mustang, which me and Gio were helping out with, and we were really occupied with that instead of either of our cars, which, you know, wasn't a bad break, but eventually it would be time to get back to the Camaro, and it'd be its time to shine.
It is now January of 26. I'm terrible at recording. The Camaro made it to its new home for right now, storage unit, and what do we think? Good.
Still here.
Unfortunately. Now, what we got going on here is I'm going to pull the carb because it leaks absolutely terribly, and when it inevitably burns down, it would at least look natural, but I'm here to improve stuff, so I've been absolutely terrible with keeping up with the recording. Like, this thing has a new electric fan that blows like mother, and it still overheats. Entire cooling system's been replaced, and so we're gonna focus on more important things like rebuilding the carb. And carb is off. Yeah, not that bad. She needs a crispy rebuild. Looks clean down there, which is like the best thing. What do I got my work cut out for me? What do we think?
That was straightforward.
Yeah, pretty straightforward. Hopefully the rebuild kit is just as straightforward because I've never rebuilt a carb, so that should be fun.
We'll put this gasket in here for you, just for shits and giggles.
Yep, shits and giggles. All right, time to clean all this up and go the hell home. Yep. It is March. It is March now, and the sun is shining, and I finally crawled out from my hidey hole, and I am finally rebuilding carburetor to the Camaro, because the only thing holding your project back is you, and what better way than just diving right in. Golden age with YouTube and other stuff, so let's hope this goes well. I don't know if I'm going to record it so I don't look like an idiot, because I don't know what I'm doing, but you never know. Well, I may not be a very smart man, but that looks like that could be the culprit why this thing was absolutely pissing fuel out of it. And in the wise words of my dad, at least the fire will look natural to the firefighters when the car burnt down, inevitably. But we'll keep going, keep digging into it and see what else is wrong with it, because I got this whole rebuild kit for that. Might as well put it to use.
Here's a fun fact of the day. I did not keep going. I just replaced the accelerator pump gasket, and it is all fine and dandy now. Let me tell you, bud.
All right, guys, it's now 2 days after the last clip of me just putting the accelerator pump gasket on. Carb's back on. You may be wondering, why? Well, this thing's leaving its humble abode currently, and it's getting the heads torn off because I believe I replaced everything in the cooling system, and I just believe now that it's head gaskets. So we're going to extreme measures. Yeah, head gaskets are coming off, right, unit?
Let's hope so.
I know so. It's attempt number 1 to start it. Start. All right. Well, let's let her eat.
You're good.
Well, what happened?
You tell me.
I was going away from the stop sign. You can see the war path it just took. It blew the upper hose off. Good news is, what's the good news?
I guess you don't gotta drain all the coolant in my garage floor.
Yeah, we don't have to drain the
Feel
coolant.
bad about this, though.
It's the street. Have you seen the people that do that?
This is that the timer cover has to come off, doesn't it?
No, timer cover can stay on because I've done that twice off camera. But fiberglass hood is off, which lighter in hell.
Yeah.
Look at all this room. There's so much room for activities. Nobody really understands that one. Probably take the battery out first.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Take the battery out, then carburetor and all the fun stuff again. Other than step one, while he's working on the battery, I'm gonna start working on taking the carb back off. Don't mind all the coolant. That will get dried up eventually. Enjoy this time.
The radiator hose?
No. Yeah, well, I mean, there's coolant fucking everywhere, but that's my priority. All right, carbs off. You can probably pull that gasket. It smells a little like fuel, but you know what? Progress. Valve covers are about ready to come off. A little bit extra thread needs to come out. That's still hot. Car still hasn't cooled down yet, but let's keep going. That's how shit gets done. All right, since it's just me now, kind of solo, G had to go run and get something. I was busy tearing off the alternator brackets and the alternator and one of the belts. Just off. What other progress have I made? None. Still letting the coolant drip out of one of the heater hoses. Just got a roller to top dead center. At least have the distributor point to top dead, or cylinder one, and then we should be good to start taking other stuff off. All right, so I made a little bit more progress off camera. Got the power steering pump off. I think I already told you guys I got the alternator off. All the plug wires are off and labeled. Next is really just got a roller over, pointer towards cylinder one. But I'm gonna wait for G-Unit. He's still not back yet, so I'm just gonna kind of look over everything and clean everything off. It's not going so bad. It's the assembly that's gonna kill me. Intake's coming off. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Look at that shit.
Let's see it.
Oh, she leaky.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna set
Not
that
leaked
down.
all the coolant. I'm filming.
All right. Well, last time we saw it, I think it was me pulling the intake off. I've since pulled the passenger header out because it's easier, and got all the bolts loose, and it's now time to pull the head off. Yeah, look at that. So much room for activities. So, big peep.
Use your wiener, man.
Yep.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh, she's dripping.
Have
Mike.
all that coolant.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, there you go. Oof. Would you look at that?
Doesn't smell good.
All right, you want to take the head?
Yeah.
And
All right.
put
Honestly,
the head down.
Aren't that heavy?
It's aluminium,
Oh, get my ass.
Chinesium.
No, that's good. That's good American USA quality, hopefully. All right, it is now 10:30, and motor's torn down. Huge thanks to that cat.
Yeah.
Still don't really know what is causing this thing to overheat, because it's also 10:30 and late. Busted ass today. Good effort on Team 6 and Team G over here. I'm just blanking right now. This is bad.
He's causing it, but
Yeah.
we don't know. You can show them the valve, and then some of the fucking head bolts were not tight.
Yeah, some like the front and the rear bottom bolt on the head was loose. It's not even like some of these, like, some look a little cleaner, but some don't. But the real issue is the exhaust valve looks nice and clean when, I guess the other one, number 3, 1 and 3, are a little clean exhaust. But I don't know. We're gonna have cousin Frank come in, hopefully tomorrow if he's feeling better, and help diagnose, because he's a lot better with this kind of stuff than I am. It's my first real project car. Even we didn't even tear this deep into the Falcon yet.
Fuck. Let's say that. All right, so we're looking at everything, right? And so this is the front of the head. This is the front of the head. That's the rear of the head, right? This is the bottom of the intake. This is the back of the intake. Distributors in the back, right? And I'm looking. So this is the front of the intake. These intake ports, or these coolant jackets, these coolant ports, they're blocked off with some shit, right? You look here, so this is getting no coolant. Oh, wait. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not getting
This is not getting any coolant up here, right? Then you look in the back of the head, more coolant jackets or more coolant ports. Nothing here. That's completely just solid aluminum. And this doesn't have no coolant flowing through it. So then you look here, it'd be like, okay, this is coolant. I think so. This is another coolant jacket. Coolant would flow through here, right? But then you look on the head, and it's completely solid. So there's no fucking coolant flowing.
It is day 2 of the engine teardown on the Camaro. And late last night, right before, after we got everything wrapped up, started looking at, you know, the heads in the intake to see what was warped, if anything was out of the ordinary. What we came to discover is there's no blown head gasket, which is a real big, you know, wonder of why is this thing overheating? Well, we're taking a further look at the intake here with the gaskets on. The gasket was on like this. You know, it was like, oh, wow, you know, how the hell is it getting coolant if the rears are blocked off, the middle is blocked off? No, middle's blocked off on the heads, and the fronts were blocked off. And that's when he came to the sudden realization. That's the overheating issue. And just a few minutes ago when I pulled the actual gasket off of the car, or the intake, my bad, I realized this says, rear port. I'm not a genius. I've never claimed to be one. And it was an opposite day. That's the damn overheating issue with this thing. Was the intake gaskets were on wrong. So literally, all of this was, I can't even say it was unnecessary because now I know. It wasn't a blown head gasket. Wasn't anything was warped or, you know, messed up. It is literally the intake gaskets were on wrong. So please, if this video ever finds you and you're building your car, make sure your intake gasket's on right, because that will cause a whole world of hell. I literally went through the entire cooling system, put a new water pump on it, new aluminum 3-core radiator, big ass electric fan, new thermostat, and still was confused on why the hell this thing was overheating. I was running in circles about that, and I now know. I really went to the worst. I was like, shit, it's a blown head gasket, which luckily, looking at the gasket, there's nothing wrong. I don't want to reuse them. I have a whole gasket kit sitting in that box right there. So that's what we're going to do. Put new gaskets on it and reseal the entire thing, and just pray, keep fingers crossed, knock on wood, whatever, that this thing doesn't overheat when it goes back together tonight, tomorrow, the next day, whatever this thing goes back together. Now that you're caught up to speed on what was going on, or what we discovered and was going on, I started to remove the inner fender well because I have a new one sitting right there that I had ordered from Summit Saturday. Came in today, so I was like, all right, that'll be my first course of action today. Let's tear into the inner fender well. You know, second gen F bodies, they rot right about up in there, the battery tray. And this one is bad. So it's coming out. And of course, it only takes one bolt to fight it, so that's what's holding that thing up currently. And that's pretty much up to speed. Could probably start cleaning off the actual block itself too, which I need to do. I think that's what I'm gonna start doing. I don't know if I'm gonna record it because I have nothing better to say while doing it. All right, it's a new day. We were cleaning off the heads. Well, one head's out here and we're checking it now for warpage. What do we think so far?
Be able to. We have to check different and go different angles and shit. Let's just see.
I don't know, it's kind of hard to pick up on camera. We will check back in, but just kind of letting you know what's going on today because it's now daylight and kind of beautiful. So we're on that grind. It's been a few minutes since I last filmed something, but check the block, check the heads, and they are not warped. That is such a big relief. We got unit over here cleaning up the
all the gunk on the bolts, the head bolts.
And I'm about to do less important shit like scuffing up around the fender, the cowl, a little bit of the firewall, because that is going to be getting painted gloss chassis black, wherever that's at. This shit from Summit. A little test pass, and it looked good enough. So, I mean, anything's going to be better than that old crunchy silver, what's left of it. So, I mean, it's a little progress, but we can't get too far into it. The block's now also cleaned off. So, oh shit, we should probably also cover that up.
What, the block?
Yeah, cover the block up. That's what we got to do.
How about that paint job? That actually turned out really good just for a quick scuff and spray. I actually really do recommend that gloss chassis black paint from Summit. So if you want to do it to your car, do it.
Day 3 here with doing very crucial stuff like, you know, painting the engine bay, which I should probably do the firewall too, and the top of that inner fender. But that's a tomorrow problem because, like I said, this was very non-crucial, but it looks so much better. I'll like actually try and get a little bit more cinematic on it, and yeah, then we'll see you tomorrow for day 4, which hopefully this thing gets put back together and running. That's like the main priority, is get this thing running, not stupid stuff like, you know, rebuilding the engine bay. We're back here for another day. We got all the block cleaned off. We got head gaskets set on. We're feeling pretty confident today. What do you think?
I'm confident.
I am too. We got all this nice and painted. It looks a lot better than before. Just don't look too close. Next, we're getting ready to put heads on. What do you think?
Yes, very close.
Yes. And even better, this is like the Twister episode. Twisters, Camaros, head gaskets. The triumphant return, I guess. I got my hard worker here, lubing up them bolts, getting them ready to be put back on the head. I'm gonna grab the head out of the back room, and we're gonna start on the driver's side. We'll check back in because I don't have a tripod, so. We don't have a secret crew that comes in here and like puts this together. It's just us, right?
Yes. Hard work.
Yes.
All right, we just got the head bolts all just like hand threaded in there, and then we got to use some of this Permatex sealant for the coolant jacket bolts, and then some ARP fastener lube on the head of the bolt, just to make sure everything gets torqued down evenly, and you know, just to make it all nice and special for big old 6-pin over here, you know what I mean? So this side head it's on, it's not torqued down, and then we're gonna move to the other side. We're gonna torque this head down, then we're gonna move to the other side. You wanna focus on one side at a time so that way you don't forget anything or forget any steps. I think I just saw some lightning.
Hell yeah.
But
This is like the Twisters episode of 6-Pin's Garage. Like I saw Pole Barn Garage is like chasing naders. No, we're building in naders, buddy. So we just I just hand tighten down onto the head. This is typically the pattern you want to do it. All 17 bolts. And the torque specs I read are 65 pound-feet on the aluminum heads, like this one. So you got to torque it to 25, then 45, then 65. And yeah, we'll check back in when that's done because I lost the tripod. I don't know where it's at, other than when I look in the mirror. Oh, damn. Anyways, we'll check back in a minute.
Fun fact, these bolts are absolute hell to torque down whenever you don't have an extension. Running the rockers and stuff. Yeah, 11 out of 10 don't recommend doing it like that.
Here in G-Unit's garage, not 6Pin's garage yet. What do we got going on here today? I'll let you explain.
All right, so we're gonna put the intake back on. We're gonna adjust the rocker arms, get those all in tune and inspect by basically just turning the motor over, grabbing the push rod, and I forget the procedure again. I did it like a couple months ago, but grab the push rod and then twist it. As soon as it has zero latch, zero play, but like you want to be on the base lobe of the cam, so it's like the intake valve opens or closes. I forget, but it's something along those lines. Then the intake's on, and then we're gonna put the headers back on.
Drop the distributor in.
Yeah, hook up a PCV system, distributor in, put the car back on, and just every other thing that needs buttoned up,
Yeah.
fluids and all that fun stuff, and maybe she'll run by the end of the night.
Knock on wood.
Yep, knock on wood.
And get a fender well in because, you know, kind of missing a little something there. High hopes. Another good weather week here.
Yes.
So,
3
what
days.
the hell?
3 days of good weather.
Yeah. We'll be doing burnouts sooner than I hope. That's the end of the goal. Burnouts. I know Furball and Pullen are like, wow, shocker. Not really. Let's see if you can get it from that angle. Try to cut out old part of the battery tray that stayed in the car. What?
Plug in the extension.
Oh, that might help. That might help. Yeah, you could maybe get a little bit better of an angle from there. Hell yeah. All right, big things happening in the HQ right now. Busting open that RTV.
Yes, sir.
Gonna build ourselves a wall for China. With our TV.
China.
Yeah, China. Yeah, we're gonna get this intake ready to plop on. And next thing you know, we're gonna be rocking and rolling, partner. I'm excited. All right, this is a new day again. Sorry for like showing you guys just getting ready to put the intake on, and ended up putting the motor together. Because my cousin stopped by and he's explaining stuff, and you know, just having this is a good like time that, you know, just didn't want to pick up the camera, you know. So today I'm starting off the day with some violence. I'm gonna cut the exhaust off because we're just running headers for right now, and should be interesting. I'm doing what every 16-year-old does when they get their first Silverado or truck in general, except I was never one of those 16-year-olds. So I'm living somebody's life right now. Also, I highly advise whenever you're doing this kind of stuff, safety first, because... All right, well, half of it's off. Now we just got to maneuver it around the axle. And I got to go to this side and do the other one. Woohoo. Also, check out them air shocks. Those need to go the hell away ASAP. Back, I forget where I left off. Oh, I was cutting the exhaust off. Remember, kids, feed your local crackhead. We also took the hood off. That's not metal. They can't steal that and scrap it, so that's fiberglass. But anyways, we got the inner fender well in. We got G tightened up the battery, like a good boy. And we're almost ready for go time to hear some fire. You know?
Open header.
Yeah, because this is literally the exhaust. Yeah. Anyways, oh, we gotta put the ground back on the fan relay.
Ooh,
Nice rip.
Oopsies.
Gotta put the fan relay back on. And the ground for that. And what else? Hit the switch and see if it... Oh, yeah, and coolant. And she'll be... Oh, and I'll maybe put the, you know, passenger tire on too.
Oh yeah, drop it on the ground.
Yeah, tire on first. Duh.
You can do that
Alright.
while we're
Yeah.
doing coolant.
Yeah. And this thing is a lot lower than I remember it. 6 days on a jack stand is kind of crazy. But that's getting finished up. Wheels on and torqued. Jack stands out. Old oil's out. Time to fill it with coolant. But I want to see if the fan spins it. Make sure we got the order of the prongs on right. Let's hope so. And then we're ready to hear the bup, 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 bup. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, he's on the phone. I just hooked up the battery terminal, hit the key, the fan turned on. So we got that on correct. Next is just time to fill it and burp it with coolant, and then we will hear some noise from the old ZZ4 Z28.
All right, everyone. We are topping her off with coolant. I believe this is the last step before we can crack her off, and then we have to burp the coolant system and everything, and well,
Make sure no leaks.
we gotta hope she fires first, but she's all back together. It's crazy what a little bit of engine bay chassis paint can really do.
Damn, Summit, sponsor us, please.
I know, please Summit.
Please.
But I don't know, I'm gonna give everything a once over, make sure everything's hooked back up properly, everything's in the right place. Oh, I need a self tapper that coolant or that overflow. The overflow to the fender. But I mean, she's a motor now and she's looking pretty, man. I want to see this thing in some paint and on some weld wheels, and
That's next episode, hopefully.
well, she's gonna look sexy. But yeah, I mean, she's all back together. We're gonna crack her off here in a second.
Ready?
All right, I'm recording.
Holy shit, that's loud.
You think? It's open header. Look at oil pressure. It's building. I give her some gas now.
She got gas pumping in her?
Yeah.
Oh, I know her.
Yeah. It's
Oh, God.
she probably needs tuned.
We didn't find her.
Yeah, but you hooked up a PCV system, so it's all. But she sounds like a fucking.
Hunk of shit.
Just, are you giving her gas right when you're trying to keep her running?
Yeah. Alright.
Fuck me.
How should we tune that card real quick?
There's always that.
Tap 2.
It's good, man. I don't know.
So, the car doesn't want to run, but when it's kind of spits, like you guys just heard, it's loud. I thought it'd be a little cooler. It's not. It's not. Please immediately put your exhaust on, kids. What'd she say?
I told you.
Shut up. All right, well, we were waiting for, I don't know, decided to throw mufflers on it that OG unit here had off the Falcon, and looks kind of mean. Hopefully it sounds mean. And he's also very confident because he just absolutely put that on himself while I struggled.
Yes.
I was on the struggle bus over here. So hopefully that gets tightened up and she'll be gooder than ever. All right, we just messed with the mixture screws, turned them all at turn and a half, right?
Yeah.
Turn and a half, because they were set at 3/4 of a turn. Yeah. Still runs like poop. Thinking it's timing now. Because I can't think what else, we can't think what else it is. I don't know. It's, yeah, it sounds like shit. All right, you may be wondering, you're driving. Burp the cooling system, brakes are there. It's staying really cool. I'm gonna go get gas. She rides kind of nice too. Yeah, it's a little loud, but that's all in good fun.
Dude, I cannot stress enough how good this car runs now that it has a cooling system and it's closely timed, still needs a fine tune, but I cannot thank Gio and my cousin Frank enough and everybody else who helped me with this car.
All right, everyone made it to the gas station. As you can see, a V8 really sucks in this economy, but She looks sweet, man. She looks sweet under the lights from the front end. It looks really good, honestly. Look at that. Look at that new freshly painted engine bay. Look at that fascia, man. It's really growing on me. She's running cool, man. She did not budge like 120 degrees the whole way here, which is insane. This thing would overheat in 5 minutes.
Well, starting the final clip of this, or like final section of this video, starting pretty interestingly. I showed up, and this is what's happening. Hey, my friend. That guy. Oh, let me get my ass in here. It's cold, finally. Car's still here. Homeboy sanded. Wasting no time. Get you a friend like that, let me tell you.
My quick task for the day was to cut the toe strap off this thing. This toe strap has towed this thing a couple times, and my buddy's me on it once. So farewell to that. Made it all the way through to this part of the video. Thank you so much, man. It means a lot that you guys want to stick around and watch the journey of this Camaro a little bit. And this is just a quick teaser of what's coming in part 2. Hopefully, we might shoot some color on it next time. Guess you'll have to stick around and find out. And I would just like to give a huge thank you to Giovanni, Cousin Frank, Jimmy, Jonathan, all my friends that pitched in and helped out on this car when I needed it most. And teaching me something or just being there just to help me laugh along this process. If you guys liked what you saw, please like, subscribe, drop a comment saying you made it this far. And in case you're wondering, yes, I did a burnout. And yes, it was glorious. And I can't leave you guys without one, so here's that.